Welcome back. Stasa23 here, back again with some knife therapy for you. And today I wanted to highlight 4 knives that have surpassed every knife that I've tested since I started this channel, which I've tested a lot of knives. And these 4 knives put every one of those knives to shame by leaps and bounds. And it's got to be because of proper heat treat. You know, people talk about it as true proper heat treat, edge geometry, HRC, all that's playing in factor with these knives. No doubt about it. Especially 2 of them, I know exactly who did the heat treat on it. One of the best heat treating companies in the world, or in the game. And I'm not too sure about the other 2, but they did awesome. Now, the caveat to this is that these knives did so great, and it makes some of the knives that are in supposedly better steel, when it put them to shame, it kind of sucks, you know. But I love them. I love knives regardless, you know. But it just really puts a smile on my face when one does absolutely excellent in my testing, and I want to share it with you guys. The first one, very surprised and very happy with this guy. This is the Tepe Designs Hornet. This knife has just really grown on me. Got a nice thin grind. We'll check this out. The geometry's playing. This is in D2 as well. Let's check this out on camera. If I can see. 16 thousandths. $20 thousandths, and back here we'll get another check. 20 thousandths. So right up in here it's about 16 thousandths. Kind of gets a little bit broader, and it could be a little bit less than that. I think it's less than that. I can't see the edge because it feels nice and thin right here. And it cuts like a champ. This thing, I've done all that testing. If you hadn't watched this video, go check it out if you want to see how this knife performs. And it's comfortable, nice and comfortable. This ramp really lets you lock in. I did all that testing, and all I did after that testing was strop it up, and this guy is still nice and sharp. Let me grab a sheet of paper real quick. Y'all can just look over that knife as I grab this paper. I want to just see, because I honestly did not do nothing but strop this edge after all the testing. If you go watch that, or if you already have watched it, look at that. Unbelievable. Low cut. No snags in the edge. That's awesome. And another thing, this is the factory edge. That's even better. Factory edge, and you know, a lot of times a knife will get better after you sharpen it a few times, but this time it just rocked. The next one, sorry about that. My wife just got home, and my dog freaking out. Okay, the next one is the Quiet Carry IQ Lmax. This one also performed flawlessly. This one's wearing my edge. It was dull before. I had dulled it out before the test, just cutting stuff up with it. And I reached out to the owner of Quiet Carry and asked him if he could tell me where this knife was heat treated, just because I was very impressed. And he said this guy was heat treated at Peter's Heat Treat, and that makes sense. I think whatever the sweet spot for Lmax is where they did it. But you know, this is a great lightweight carry. This guy, watch, let me show you this. This is my 2 lightweights. This is very impressive. 3.83 ounces, and this guy 2.17 ounces. So whenever I need a lightweight knife, these are the 2 I go to grab, especially if I'm gonna be doing a lot of cutting. This guy, the action on is so nice. Very, very nice. But this one, you know, whenever I'm wearing something nice or I'm wearing some gym shorts or something like that, the IQ has just been a staple in my collection. Nice and smooth action, completely just disappears. Let's look, this is a Delica inside of it. It's not a big knife by any means, but let's see. I want to see something. It has more blade length than the Delica. Huh. So it's packing a lot of blade into a small package. That's awesome to see. It takes up, look, it goes all the way down there. You're not going to cut your finger on that. You're not going to cut your finger here. Just a great knife right here. I haven't had a bad one from any of the quiet carry knives. Now, I don't know if all their knives are done at Peters. I'm sure they are done at different places depending on where they're getting the knives made or whatever. The next one took some abuse and just kept on going, and I think it did as well as it did on the abuse and stuff like that because of all those things, and played more into the geometry too. That is the Riyadh K3, I think it is. K2 or K3, I forget my Ks. This guy, after all that testing I've done, I think all I did was strop it after. Let's see if it's, see how the edge is on this guy. See, and you know, one thing that I do know about Riyadh is that they did a post on, I think it was Blade Forums or one of that they cool grind their bevels and their edges, or maybe just their edges, so you don't have to ever worry about that edge getting overheated in the grinding process like a lot of companies, because you know the friction from those abrasive belts is causing deep gouges, which causes you know, fracture points and edge degradation, I guess you could call it. But this is very impressive. You know, pretty much you're getting what you pay for, you know. Just like, you know, for instance, this guy is on sale right now for $115, but this, I would pay $115 any day over this because it outperforms some of my knives 3 times more expensive. So does the steel matter in this guy if it's done right? And I mean, now, if every steel was done right, then maybe, but we're not seeing that so much. And D2 done right, I have no problem with it. I like it. And this guy right here is CTS 204P. So this was my first time, you know, getting to use some 204P done right. And man, you know, it just, a lot of my other knives that I tested just did not meet the expectations. Doesn't mean I don't like them. It just means that, you know, whenever I have cutting chores that I know I need a tougher knife, this is probably gonna be one of the choices. Now the last one I got at Blade Show, and oh, I love this knife. You know, I have a couple other knives from this company, and the price point, in my opinion, is definitely warranted. You know, I know not everybody can afford, you know, anything over it. They got budgets. I always had a budget, and I saved up and been collecting for a while, and I was able to pick this up. But it's the Trotter SG. This is the newer version. I much prefer the newer SGs over my older one just because they're ground thinner. Let's see what this one reads. Nope, wait, hold on. All the way, yep. 16 thousandths right there. And I think I could go to 15 thousandths because I can't see how close I was. I just know I wasn't slipping off the edge. 16 thousandths. I'm pretty sure that Strider gets their blades heat treated at Peters. I know they did in the past. I don't know about now, but I'm pretty sure they do. And I definitely believe that because this guy, I've used the crap out of it since Blade Show, and let's see. Yep. Just stupid sharp. And one thing I've always liked about Trotters, especially with their factory edges, they do a great job of putting a nice toothy edge on their knives. And this thing is like, it makes me want to go put a toothy edge on every one of my knives, or at least the steels that perform better with toothy edges, because this thing has so much bite and just puts a smile on my face. When I cut pretty much anything, it's like it's not even there. And I mean, look at that blade stock, you know. This goes to show you, you know, decent geometry and a sharp edge can get you a long way. Definitely, if anybody wants me to do a video on this guy, let me know. I just, you know, I don't know. There's so many videos on Trotters out there. But if enough people want me to do a video on this, I will. Maybe I could try to do a video like I did on the PT and compare this one to my older model SG, and kind of look at the differences on them. If enough, like I said, enough people want to see it, let me know. So here you go. You got the two more, you know, more premium knives. These are definitely not cheap knives by any means. And then from there you go the IQ. I think the IQ is like 189. Don't quote me on that. Somewhere around there. And then you got the Tepe Designs Hornet in D2, and I think it's on sale right now, the D2 for $115, and this is all they have left. I think is the D2. He does small batch runs, I think, of these. I don't know if he's gonna do more or not, but you can reach out to him on Instagram. He's a super nice guy. There we go. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. If you have any knives that have performed outstanding for you, please let me know that down in the comment section too. I always love to get, you know, knives that perform well. Because like I said, whenever I have tasks a day that I know, like I'm gonna be doing stuff around the house that's gonna be needing a knife, or gotta break down a bunch of boxes, I pick one of these every time. I don't care what's in my pocket, it's getting kicked out. This guy's in the pocket a lot though, but if these aren't in the pocket and got a lot of cutting chores, one of these is going in the pocket. So there you go. If you like my videos and you're not already, hit that subscribe button. If you like this video in general, hit that thumbs up button so I know you liked it. And I hope everybody's having an absolutely wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.